Right. So glucose can be prepared by two methods. One from sucrose. Tell me, how do you prepare glucose from the sucrose? It is hydrolysis. C12H22O11 sucrose on hydrolysis reaction with water. Usually it is in boiling water, and in presence of any dilute acid you can take either hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. Therefore, sucrose undergo hydrolysis which gives C6H12O6 glucose and C6H12O6, it is a fructose. Okay, it is from the hydrolysis of sucrose. Next, second method is from starch. Right. Even glucose can also be obtained from the starch. What is the formula of starch? C6H10O5. It is N time, no? Okay. And hydrolysis in presence of N number of water molecule. It is at 393 Kelvin temperature, 2 to 3 atm pressure, and in presence of dilute hydrochloric acid. Therefore, starch undergo hydrolysis at 393 Kelvin temperature, 2 to 3 atm pressure, and in presence of dilute hydrochloric or sulfuric acid. So, starch gives N number of C6H12O6, that is glucose. So, these two are the methods of preparation of glucose. Okay. Next is structural elucidation of glucose. Important. Structural elucidation of glucose. Tell me. So, what is the structural elucidation of glucose? See, we know that the structure of glucose already we have taken yesterday. Glucose contain first carbon aldehyde group, second carbon OH, third carbon OH right side, and third is left side, fourth right side, fifth right side, sixth carbon CH2OH. This is the open chain structure of glucose. Okay, even last class also we written. Then how do you know that this is the structure of glucose? Of course, now today we have technology. Even by taking a drop of glucose, take in spectrometer, then you will get on screen structure. That is possible. By taking a drop of glucose in a spectrometer, so you can get the structure of the open chain clear structure of the glucose on the screen. That is possible. But how the scientists came to know that even it is a early of 18th century, the structure is given during that time. How they have given? So during that time there was no that technology. Okay, but even though they have given the accurate structure of glucose, how this is possible? It is by chemical reaction, because glucose containing aldehyde group, right? So therefore they have done the reaction of aldehydic reagent, and glucose containing 5 OH group, they have done the conformation reaction for alcoholic group, and six carbon atoms are there, right? So therefore to identify each group, they have taken different reactions. That is nothing but we are going to study structural elucidation of glucose, how the structure of glucose is elucidated. Okay, one, listen carefully, I'll give note for this. Listen carefully. First one is, from the elementary analysis, we can do the elementary analysis like detection of carbon, detection of hydrogen. We study the organic compound by Liebig's method, no, by copper oxide method, Liebig's method, Zeldal method, quantitative, qualitative, we have many. So therefore by elementary analysis and molecular weight determination, it is found that the glucose molecular formula is C6H12O6, and the vapor density also calculated that it is 90. Since vapor density is 90, we know that molecular weight equal to 2 into vapor density. Therefore, molecular weight equal to 2 into 90, which is 180. So therefore, how this is came to know that? It is by elementary analysis. By elementary analysis and molecular weight determination. So from the elementary analysis and molecular weight determination, it is found that glucose containing so and so molecular formula, density and molecular weight. Next, second one. Then glucose reacts with or glucose undergo reduction in presence of HI red phosphorus. HI red phosphorus is one of the strong reducing agent. All aldehyde group undergo reduction. All alcohol undergo, even carboxylic acid also undergo reduction to form alkane. So therefore, I will write the short form of glucose. It is aldehyde group, and glucose containing how many OH? See there, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 are secondary OH. Therefore, all secondary OH I will write 4, and last one is primary OH. I will write CH2OH. This is a glucose. Okay. Now glucose reacts with HI red phosphorus. HI red phosphorus can reduces aldehyde group. It can reduces all alcohol group into alkane. Therefore, what do you get? N-hexane. Very good. So therefore, this is called N-hexane. Therefore, glucose undergo reduction in HI red phosphorus, it gives N-hexane. This reaction confirms that glucose containing 6 carbon atoms. If the glucose containing 6 carbon atom, then only you will get N-hexane. Otherwise, you could have get N-heptane or N-octane, something, right? So since glucose containing 6 carbon, will get the 6 carbon. And one more information is glucose contains 6 carbon which are straight chain, because we got N-hexane now. N-hexane, all the carbon atoms are straight chain. Since it is a straight chain, we got here straight chain. Therefore, here two things are confirmed. One, from this reaction, it is confirmed that glucose containing 6 carbon atom, all the 6 carbon atom in a straight chain, not cyclic ring. If it is a cyclic ring, you could have get cyclohexane. So we got N-hexane. It indicates that glucose containing 6 carbon atom in a straight chain. Next, second one, third one. Even glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride is, it is a reagent for alcohol. Only alcohols reacts with acetic anhydride. Okay, it is a CH3, C double bond O, C double bond O, CH3, which is called acetic anhydride. Okay, now here, for example, this in acetic anhydride, this bond is broken. It is a minus, it is a plus. Now come on, tell me, in alcohol there is a H plus, it is a O minus. Come on, tell me, this H plus and this group and H plus, what do you get? CH3, CO, OH, you will get acetic acid. And what is the left here? CH3, CO. That CH3, CO get attached on oxygen. There are how many OH here? Here 1, here is 4. Total how many? 5. Therefore, glucose reacts with 5 moles of acetic anhydride. It forms a penta-acetyl derivative. Yes, it forms the penta-acetyl derivative of glucose. Okay. So here, this is this group, CH3, no, C double bond O, C double bond O, CH3. And here also, C double bond O, CH3. How many this is? 4, no? 4. Okay, here hydrogen is there. This is called penta-acetyl derivative of glucose. Tell me, this reaction confirms what? Glucose containing 5 OH group. Glucose containing 5 OH group which are on same carbon, different carbon. It is not on same carbon, because suppose if it is on same carbon, what could happen? If it is on same carbon, we know that if any carbon having more than one OH group, it is highly unstable, immediately it eliminates water. Okay. Therefore, our glucose is a stable molecule, unstable molecule. Stable molecule. Since glucose is a stable molecule, there is no possibility of two OH group on same carbon. If the two OH are present on same carbon, glucose supposed to be unstable. But since glucose is a stable molecule, so therefore glucose containing 5 OH group on different carbon atom, because it forms pentacetyl derivative, it's a 5 OH group is possible. Okay, this is the one reaction for alcohol. Next, glucose containing aldehyde group, right? Now what reaction or which reaction confirms this? Okay, there are two reactions. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. It is a reagent for aldehydes and ketones. Both aldehydes and ketones reacts with hydroxylamine, they form oxime. Okay, therefore here this aldehyde group and 2OH, it eliminate water, it form oxime. Glucose form glucoxime, right? Okay, this is a same 4CH2OH. And even glucose also reacts with hydrogen cyanide. This is also reaction with reaction of both aldehyde and ketone. Hydrogen cyanide, HCN. In HCN, H is a positive, Cn is a negative. Now among oxygen and carbon, oxygen negative, carbon positive. Then tell me, here H plus add an oxygen, Cn add an carbon. Then what you get? You'll get the cyanohydrin, right? It is a corresponding cyanohydrin. So therefore, now tell me, glucose reacts with hydroxylamine, it form oxime. Glucose reacts with hydrogen cyanide, it form corresponding cyanohydrin. So these two reaction confirms that glucose containing carbonyl group. It means it may be aldehyde, it may be ketone, because both aldehyde and ketone gives same reaction, so which confirms that glucose containing carbonyl, it may be aldehyde or ketone. But how do you know that, how do you confirm that glucose containing aldehyde group? So there is another reaction. Another reaction is here, glucose reacts with mild oxidizing agent bromine water. Glucose plus bromine water, where bromine water is a mild oxidizing agent. Bromine water can oxidize only aldehyde group, it cannot oxidize keto group. Therefore, in presence of bromine water, this aldehyde group undergo oxidation, it form carboxyl group, then remaining are same. So therefore, which is called gluconic acid. Okay, glucose undergo oxidation in presence of bromine water, it forms gluconic acid. This reaction confirms that glucose is containing aldehyde group. Suppose if the glucose contain keto group, can it undergo oxidation? No, because this bromine water can oxidize only what? Aldehyde group, but not keto group. And there are two more reactions. Even glucose reacts with Tollens reagent. It gives a white. It gives a silver mirror, no? Silver mirror. It means it is a confirmation test for aldehyde, no? The confirmation test for aldehyde is, there are two important reagent, Tollens reagent and Fehling solution. Glucose plus Tollens reagent, you will get a silver mirror. And even glucose plus Fehling solution, you will get a cuprous oxide, it is a red PPT. So these two reactions also confirm that glucose containing only aldehyde group but not keto group. Suppose if the glucose contain keto group, will you get a silver mirror and a cuprous oxide, red PPT? No. That means, so Tollens test and Fehling test, it is for only both aldehydes. Only aldehydes can give the Tollens and Fehling test, but not ketone. Okay, this is not their NCERT, but it is all, this reaction also supports. So presence of aldehyde group. Next is glucose. Next is reaction with concentrated nitric acid. Even glucose reacts with concentrated nitric acid. Concentrated nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. Okay, this is a glucose. It reacts with HNO3. HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. Tell me, in presence of strong oxidizing agent, of course this aldehyde group undergo oxidation. Along with aldehyde group, this primary alcohol also undergo oxidation. It is a primary alcohol. Therefore, you will get COOH and last also COH. The middle one is secondary alcohol, do not. So therefore, now tell me, it is a carboxylic group. It is carboxylic group which is called saccharic acid. So therefore, this reaction confirms that glucose containing one primary alcohol. So this is the primary alcohol. This primary alcohol undergo oxidation, it formed this. Anyhow, this is possible because it is aldehyde group. So therefore, from the above reactions, the structure of glucose is given this. The structure of glucose is given that glucose containing aldehyde group. Tell me, glucose contain how many OH group? Tell me, 5 OH group, and how many secondary, how many primary alcohol? There are 4 secondary, and because one primary decided, no, confirmed. One primary confirmed means remaining all are secondary. Tertiary is not possible. So therefore, this is a primary alcohol, okay, remaining all secondary alcohol, and this is a aldehyde group. So this is the structure of glucose is given from the all this chemical reaction. Okay, then here what is important for objective exams? One, most of the time they ask which reaction confirms presence of aldehyde group, or which reaction confirms like presence of 6 carbon straight chain, or which reaction confirms presence of carbonyl group, presence of 5 OH group. This, tell me, which reaction confirms presence of 6 carbon atom in a straight chain? Reaction with HI red phosphorus. Which reaction confirms that glucose containing 5 OH group? Reaction with acetic anhydride. It is a acetic anhydride now. Reaction with acetic anhydride confirms that presence of 5 OH group. Which reaction confirms that glucose contain carbonyl group? Reaction with hydroxylamine, reaction with hydrogen cyanide. Which reaction confirms that glucose containing aldehyde group? Reaction with bromine water and tolerance reagent, failing solution. Which reaction confirms that glucose containing one primary alcohol? It is reaction with concentrated nitric acid. So this kind of question can be expected. You need to remember the product and which reagent. Okay, take down. Take first point. From elementary analysis and molecular weight determination. From elementary analysis and molecular weight determination, it is found that from elementary analysis and molecular weight determination, it is found that the molecular formula of glucose is, it is found that the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6, comma, vapor density is 90, therefore vapor density 90, therefore molecular weight equal to 2 into vapor density, right? Molecular weight equal to 2 into vapor density, 2 into 90 is 180. Next, second point. Glucose reacts with, or glucose undergo reduction. Glucose undergo reduction in presence of HI red phosphorus. Glucose undergo reduction in presence of HI red phosphorus to form N-hexane. To form N-hexane. It confirms that glucose contain 6 carbon atoms. It confirms that glucose contain 6 carbon atoms in a straight chain. Take the equation. You remember that reagent HI red phosphorus, can convert even aldehyde, carboxylic acid, even alcohol into alkane. That is important. Next. Next, glucose reacts with acetic anhydride. Glucose reacts with acetic anhydride to form pentaacetyl derivative of glucose. Glucose reacts with acetic anhydride to form pentaacetyl derivative of glucose. It confirms that glucose contain 5 OH group. Glucose contain 5 OH groups which are present on different carbon atoms, which are present on different carbon atoms. Okay, take the equation. Take this equation. Okay, next, glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine to form oxime. Comma, hydrogen cyanide to form cyanohydrine. Hydrogen cyanide to form cyanohydrine. This reaction confirms that glucose contain carbonyl group. Glucose contain carbonyl group. In bracket, it may be aldehyde or ketone. It may be aldehyde or ketone. Okay, take. Okay. Next. Next. Glucose reacts with mild oxidizing agent bromine water. Glucose reacts with mild oxidizing agent bromine water to form. Glucose reacts with mild oxidizing agent bromine water to form gluconic acid. To form gluconic acid. This reaction shows that this reaction shows that glucose contain this reaction shows that the carbonyl group of glucose is what? This reaction shows that the carbonyl group of glucose is aldehyde. The carbonyl group of glucose is aldehyde. Next. Next, glucose also reacts with Tollens reagent. Glucose also reacts with Tollens reagent to form silver mirror. Glucose also reacts with Tollens reagent to form a silver mirror, comma, failing solution to form a red precipitate of cuprous oxide. Failing solution to form a red precipitate of Cu2O, cuprous oxide. This also confirms that presence of which group? Aldehyde group. This also confirms that presence of aldehyde group. Next, glucose reacts with strong oxidizing agent HNO3. Glucose reacts with strong oxidizing agent HNO3 to form saccharic acid. To form saccharic acid. It confirms that to form a saccharic acid. It confirms that glucose contain one primary alcohol. It confirms that glucose contain one primary alcohol. Okay. So take this reaction. Okay, from the above, right? From the above reactions, the structure of glucose given below, as below. From the above chemical reactions, from the above chemical reactions, the structure of glucose is given as below. Okay, so take this. The structure of glucose is this. Okay, take one question form. Glucose contain aldehyde group, 4 primary alcohol, 1 secondary alcohol. No, 4 secondary alcohols. 4 secondary alcohol, 1 primary alcohol, 4 asymmetric carbon, all. Okay, it is all. It also contain 4 asymmetric carbon. No, this is 1, it is 2, 3, 4. There are 4 asymmetric carbon atoms, right? Then if you know the number of asymmetric carbon, there is a formula to calculate number of stereoisomers. Simple formula is number of stereoisomers equal to 2 power n. Formula is there. We will study in first PUC organic chemistry. 2 to the power n number of stereoisomers. Okay, therefore where n equal to what? Number of asymmetric carbon. What is asymmetric carbon? The carbon atom which is attached to 4 different groups, right? The carbon atom which is attached to 4 different groups is asymmetric carbon. So therefore it has 4 different 4 asymmetric carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore tell me, number of stereoisomers equal to how many? So number of stereoisomers of glucose equal to 2 to the power 4. It means 16. It means glucose has total 16 stereoisomers. Okay. So this is how the structural elucidation can be understood by chemical reactions. Okay, next is configuration. Right, in glucose we again, in not only glucose, in carbohydrate we write the configuration. Usually wherever we write glucose, we write D glucose, capital D. Now generally glucose is always D glucose. Okay, not only glucose, carbohydrate. So more than 90% carbohydrates are all are D configuration, D D carbohydrate. Whereas in case of amino acid we take L amino acids. Now what is the capital D, capital L? So this capital D, capital L does not indicate rotation, not dextro, not levorotatory. So capital D, capital L indicates what? Configuration. Let's see what is the configuration. So configuration is, the simple definition of configuration is, it is the spatial arrangement of atoms, particularly hydrogen OH. The spatial arrangement of hydrogen and OH group on asymmetric carbon atom is called what? Configuration. So therefore configuration is the spatial, not special. Spatial, 3 dimension. The 3-dimensional arrangement, nothing but spatial arrangement. The spatial arrangement, of hydrogen and OH groups on asymmetric carbon atom. And asymmetric carbon atoms or asymmetric carbon atom called configuration. Okay, then next, usually the configuration of carbohydrate, all configuration of carbohydrates can be assigned based on the configuration of D, that is glyceraldehyde, right? From the glyceraldehyde, By knowing the glyceraldehyde configuration, we can assign the configuration of other carbohydrate. That means, so the configuration of carbohydrates, can be derived from configuration of glyceraldehyde. Okay, so the configuration of carbohydrates can be derived from the configuration of what? Glyceraldehyde. It means by knowing the glyceraldehyde configuration, we can assign the configuration of other carbohydrates. Okay, therefore, now what is a glyceraldehyde? So glyceraldehyde is a simplest carbohydrate. It is a simplest carbohydrate which has one asymmetric carbon. Okay, it is a CH2OH. Now tell me, it is a glyceraldehyde. In glyceraldehyde, there are how many symmetric carbon? There is only one. Okay, so glyceraldehyde has only one symmetric carbon. In glyceraldehyde, then if the OH is present right side of the asymmetric carbon, which is called D. So capital D glyceraldehyde, which is called a D configuration molecule. Okay, then what is the meaning of D? D has no any particular meaning. D means on asymmetric carbon if OH is right side, it is a D-glyceraldehyde. Like that, even in case of carbohydrate, if the OH group is present on right side in carbohydrate, which is called D-carbohydrate, then what is L tell me, L-glyceraldehyde? Yes, if the OH group is present on left side on asymmetric carbon, which is called L. So therefore, this is a capital L glyceraldehyde. Now again here, so this capital D, capital L, not dextro levo. It does not indicate rotation. Rotation is bere, ide bere, configuration bere. So therefore, capital D, capital L, they are not indicate rotation. They indicate configuration. Then which indicate rotation? Small d, small l. Small d denoted by plus, small l denoted by minus. That is a rotation. This is a configuration. Now, therefore, by taking the configuration of glyceraldehyde as a standard, we can assign the configuration of any carbohydrate. For example, glucose. Now, take the glucose. Glucose molecule has, of course, 5 OH group. 5 OH group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And tell me, glucose has 5 OH group. Whether glucose is a D-glucose or L-glucose, then again there is a problem. If all the OH groups are right side, we can say D. But there is a one is left side now. Then what is a again configuration? In such case, again there is a rule. Read. So if the carbohydrate, obviously carbohydrate having more than one OH. If there is a more than one OH group is present, then to assign the capital D, capital L configuration, we take highest asymmetric carbon. On highest asymmetric carbon, if OH group is right side, D. On highest asymmetric carbon, if OH is left side, L. Then what is the meaning of highest asymmetric carbon? So there are asymmetric carbons, you need to see here 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 asymmetric carbon. Out of 4 asymmetric carbon, which is a highest asymmetric carbon? Then nothing but last asymmetric carbon. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the fifth one is a highest asymmetric carbon. On highest asymmetric carbon, if OH is right side, it is called what? D. Therefore, it is called D-glucose. D plus or minus it is plus, because dextrose no, D plus glucose. Therefore, here D indicate configuration, plus indicate rotation and glucose. Next, similarly, take the fructose. We know the structure of fructose, CH2OH, C double bond O, third carbon left side, fourth carbon right side, fifth carbon same, sixth carbon CH2OH. Again here number of asymmetric carbon 1, 2, 3. There are only 3 asymmetric carbon. Fructose has only three asymmetric carbon. In 3 asymmetric carbon, which is the highest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Highest asymmetric carbon means last asymmetric carbon. Which is the last? Fifth carbon. Fifth carbon, asymmetric carbon is last asymmetric carbon, where OH is right side, therefore it is a D. Okay, plus or minus? Fructose minus. Fructose is called levorotatory. Levulose. It is a dextrose, that is a levulose. Okay, therefore it is a D minus fructose. So like that you can assign the configuration of DL configuration of any carbohydrate. Okay. Next, along with the DL configuration, there is another configuration, erythrose triose. It is an old configuration nomenclature. Today we don't use, in textbook not there, but one example we'll see. Erythrose and triose. Right, erythrose trio is, in case of erythrose, if the two adjacent asymmetric carbon OH are same side, it is called erythrose. In erythrose, two adjacent asymmetric carbon OH groups are what? Same side. It may be right side, it may be left side, whatever may be, but two adjacent carbon OH groups same side, erythrose. Then if two adjacent carbon OH groups are opposite side, okay, which is called triose. It is erythrose, it is triose. That was the old nomenclature. Take note. Okay. Next, cyclic structure of glucose. Cyclic structure of glucose. Right. Even though glucose contain aldehyde group, even though glucose contain aldehyde group, it does not react with one. Okay, see here. Now we have studied that the structure of this is open chain structure. No. Now whatever we studied so far, all these are open chain structures of glucose, fructose, etc. Okay, if you see the open chain structure, this open chain structure has glucose has one aldehyde group. How many primary alcohol? One primary alcohol. How many secondary alcohol? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 secondary alcohols. Okay, so therefore it contains aldehyde group. No. Next, see, even though glucose contain aldehyde group, it does not react with some aldehyde reagent. For example, glucose does not react with ammonia, but actually all aldehydes reacts with ammonia. Even you have studied, no, preparation of amines. aldehyde reacts with ammonia, it form imine. This imine undergo reduction to form amine. Yes or no? Aldehydes as well as ketone reacts with ammonia. Even though glucose containing aldehyde group, it does not react with ammonia. Next, even though glucose containing aldehyde group, it does not react with sodium bisulfite. Sodium bisulfite is one of the important reagent. All aldehydes reacts with sodium bisulfite. They form corresponding bisulfites. Next, 3. It does not react with even RMGX. We know that aldehydes reacts with Grignard reagent. Okay, so but here aldehyde does not react with Grignard reagent. Okay, now tell me, these 3 indicates that glucose, no, glucose containing aldehyde, because glucose reacts with, we have studied, no, glucose reacts with Tollens reagent, glucose reacts with Fehling solution, we don't know. If glucose do not containing aldehyde group, how could react with Tollens reagent? Baralalva. How could react with the Fehling solution? Barala. But glucose containing aldehyde group. But if glucose containing aldehyde group, it should be react with this, no? But not. There is again controversy, right? It means glucose reacts with, of course, aldehydic reagent. It does not react with weak reagent. It indicates that glucose containing aldehyde group, but not in free form. It is formed something cyclic form, some other form. That means there is no free aldehyde group. Okay. Next, if the glucose containing aldehyde group, glucose should be reacts with, that is a penta acetyl derivative of glucose do not react with NH2OH. What is NH2OH? Hydroxyl amine. Usually aldehydes reacts with hydroxylamine, but it does not react with penta-acetyl derivative. This penta-acetyl derivative of glucose having aldehyde group, even though do not react with NH2OH. So therefore, so these 4 reactions shows that glucose containing aldehyde group, of course, but not in free form. Okay, it may be in other form. Next, finally, there is a one more important reaction. Glucose reacts with methyl alcohol in presence of dry HCl. It forms 2 products, alpha methyl, it was a previous question, glucoside plus beta methyl glucoside. So these two, now this reaction confirms that glucose exists in the form of 2 forms, alpha glucose and beta glucose, that is in cyclic form. Then we are going to study cyclic structure of glucose. Okay, do you understand? Now till here whatever we have studied about open chain structure. Okay, open chain structure has aldehyde group, 5 OH group. Okay, 1 primary alcohol, 4 secondary alcohol, all right. If the glucose containing aldehyde group, it should react with ammonia, but not. It should react with sodium bisulfite, not. It should be reacts with RMGX, but not. It should be reacts with hydroxylamine, that what? Pentacetyl derivative, but not. And moreover, it reacts with methyl alcohol. How many moles? 2 moles. So now it reacts with methyl alcohol, it forming 2 products. It means glucose has 2 forms. One is the alpha form, second one is beta form. Now we are going to study what is alpha form, beta form. Okay, right till here. Write this as it is. Even though glucose contain aldehyde group, it does not react with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take as it is. Okay, next is cyclic structure of phenol. Take. Right. Next, after this, write one sentence. This reaction, after this reaction shows that glucose exists in two cyclic form. Glucose exists in two cyclic forms, that is alpha glucose and beta glucose, that is alpha glucose and beta glucose. Okay, now let's study cyclic form. Right, to understand cyclic form, again you should know open chain structure. In glucose, which carbon OH is left side? Third carbon. Right, only third carbon OH is left side. All the OH are right side. Okay, right, see. Now this is a open chain. Open chain. But open chain structure is not stable. It exists in cyclic form. In cyclic formation, this aldehyde group is interact with the fifth carbon OH, or fifth carbon OH is interact with the aldehyde group. Okay, then how it is? In fifth carbon OH, O is a minus, H is a plus. Now here, O is a negative, C is a positive. It is just addition reaction. Tell me, if, okay, if this H plus is shifted here, that O become what? Tell me. O become OH. This H will be same, and remaining are same. Second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. Fifth carbon, it is H is shifted. No, what is left here? Only O. This O form the bond here. Means O will form the bond here, and sixth carbon is similarly CS2OH. Okay, but this no, I'll write another form. There is oxygen bond. No, this oxygen bond I'll write. I'll bring oxygen in middle here. Okay, it looks good. Aste difference enilla. Chana kanuತ್ತೆ. Okay, therefore now this glucose is called alpha D plus glucose. Then tell me why this is alpha. It is alpha because first carbon OH is right side. If the first carbon glucose OH is right side, it is alpha. And why it is called D? D is a configuration. Why this is plus? Dextrorotatory and glucose. Next is, it also forms even beta also. Tell me, in beta configuration, come on, tell me, everything same, but first carbon is there, no? First carbon OH is right side, it become, if it left side. If the first carbon OH is left side, other things are same, it is a second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, no, O is not there, fifth carbon will be bond. Okay, we will bring here O. Sixth carbon is CS2OH. Tell me, what is this? First carbon OH is left side, it is called beta D plus glucose. So therefore, the open chain structure can be converted into cyclic structure. How? By interacting aldehyde group with the fifth carbon OH. Then you may have doubt. There are 5 OH group. Why aldehyde group should interact only with fifth carbon? In speciality. Fifth carbon, fifth carbon, right? Why it likes only fifth carbon OH? So in chemistry, everything, it is a purpose will be there, no? Because of stability. Here purpose is stability. So therefore, if aldehyde group is interact with fifth carbon OH, it forms the 6-membered cyclic ring. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Therefore, this ring has, this is not a carbon atom. Carbon ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು. Okay. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸಂತ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರೆದಿವಿ. Okay. So therefore, now cyclic ring has how many atoms total? 6. Therefore, we know that 6-membered rings are most stable compared to 5-membered 7 ring. That's what cyclohexane and most stable alwa. So therefore, you will get 6-membered ring. To get the 6-membered ring, aldehyde group should be interact with the 5th carbon OH, not 4th carbon, not 6th carbon. Okay, you will get stable 6-membered ring. Right? And moreover, this bond is called hemiacetal bond. Hemiacetal bond will be formed. This hemiacetal bond will be formed between 1st and 5th carbon. In the formation of cyclic ring, aldehyde group interact with 5th carbon OH group to form hemiacetal bond. This bond is called hemiacetal bond. And 15-20 years back, ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಆವಾಗ ಟೆಂಟ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದು OHP ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಸೆಟ್ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ರೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಮೂವಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓಪನ್, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೂವಿ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಹಂಗಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮದು. ಇನ್ನು ಫಿಲಿಮ್ ಆಗೋಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗಿನವರು ಕರ್ಟನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಬ್ಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, so note ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. In the formation of cyclic ring, aldehyde group interact with the 5th carbon OH to form hemiacetal bond. Okay, now these two structures are called Fischer structures. Fischer's structure. It is also Fischer structure. But for us important is Haber structures. Okay. 5 minutes. Haworth structures of glucose. Haworth structure of glucose. Okay, to write the Haworth structure, you need to remember two important points. One, and moreover, these Haworth structures should be written from the Fischer structures. If you know the Fischer structures, you can write Haworth structure. Okay, right. Therefore, there are two important points. One, first write the 6-membered cyclic ring called pyranose. Okay, here now tell me this alpha and beta glucose both are having six member no, 1 2 3 4 5 and oxygen is 6. Therefore a cyclic ring has total 6 atoms, which is called 6 membered ring. Therefore to write the Haworth structures we need to write the 6 membered pyranose, 6 membered ring. That 6 membered ring should be like this only. Okay, here. Now tell me, you must write oxygen here only. Don't change the position of oxygen. Can you tell me oxygen present on in between which carbon? First and fifth. Therefore, if you take this is a 1, it should be then 2, 3, 4. Then where is the sixth carbon? Sixth carbon is CH2OH, no? This CH2OH you should write here. This is called a 6-membered skeletal ring. 6-membered ring, which is called pyranose ring. Okay, next, second point. Second point is the group C. Here in Fisher projection, in Fisher structure, the groups which are present right side should be written below the plane. Okay, therefore the groups which are present right side groups in Fisher structure should be written below the plane. Okay, so the groups which are present right side we should write below the plane. Okay, then if you able to remember these two, I hope you can write the structure. For example, I'll write alpha D plus glucose. Okay, tell me to write alpha D plus glucose, what to write first? 6-membered ring, no? 6-membered ring. This 6-membered ring is called pyranose ring. Actually, the structure of pyranose it is similar to pyranose. It is called pyranose. Okay, so therefore this ring is 6-membered ring. No, similar to this, that's what it is called pyranose ring. That's it. Okay, now this is a carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is CH2, which is 6th carbon. Howda? Now tell me the groups which are present right side should be below the plane. Now see the alpha where it is there, no, first carbon. Where the first carbon OH? Right side andre below. OH is below. If OH below, H is above. Next, second carbon below. Third carbon OH is above because left side. ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. Next, fourth carbon OH is right side. Fifth carbon do not have OH, no, H is there. Okay, now this is a alpha D plus glucose, which is also called alpha D plus glucopyranose. Why it is called glucopyranose? It has pyranose ring. It has pyranose ring, right? Therefore, it is alpha D plus glucopyranose. Now tell me, will you write beta form? How? By changing the position of only one carbon OH, that is first carbon OH. If you write first carbon is below alpha, then exchange this H and OH, bring it below, it become what? Beta, right? So therefore beta form is just similar to alpha form. It is the difference in only first carbon OH. So therefore first carbon OH is above is above beta, no, 1, 2, below, above, below, above, CH2OH. This is a beta D plus glucopyranose. Okay. So alpha D plus glucopyranose, beta D plus glucopyranose. Okay. If you remember alpha, glucose structure, no, we have similarity. Fructose, mannose, galactose, all these are having similarity. And finally, the conclusion is how to remember this structure. It is actually, it is from that alpha to this alpha actually we have written. But we need to remember this directly. Questions based on this only important. Now, how to remember alpha D plus glucopyranose? See, in alpha D plus glucopyranose, you just remember all the OH groups are below except one carbon, third carbon. Only third carbon OH is above. Remaining all the OH are below. Understand? Beta. In beta, first carbon matra change madi. That is beta. Okay. So we'll continue next class.